Yeah, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 22nd of May, 2021. This is just my weekly analysis video where I go over all of the pairs I'm trading on the daily time frame on the Forex pairs using the high probability and divergence methods from my books. So I'm doing these videos on Saturdays at the moment because we're in lockdown and because I'm not going out on the drink on Friday nights. So I get up early on Saturdays, so I've got plenty of time. Once the lockdown's finished, I'll go back to Mondays or Tuesdays. In the meantime, so thank you for watching the video. If you do like these videos, I know they're not the most exciting videos on the planet. If you could hit the like button or subscribe button, that'd be greatly appreciated. And like I always say, everyone that is watching these videos are more than welcome to join my private Facebook group, JAGfx Facebook group, or the Telegram channels. All these trades I'll be showing are called live in those groups, in the Facebook group and Telegram channel, and any trade management. So I take the trades basically and straight away I advise. So it's all at the time, not after the fact. There's been, I think, over 1,400 trades called on the daily chart, so it's a fair sample size. They're recorded on the shared results spreadsheet. There's a link to that in the video, and also I take a screenshot of every trade I take, the setup, and I post that to a shared folder also. So it's all very transparent, and it's just to show examples of the system in play. It's not a signal service or anything like that. So let's have a look here. First up, big welcome to everyone. Thanks for watching, as I said. And anyone that's joined the Facebook groups or the Telegram channels, thanks for joining them also. So we'll have a look at the news for the week ahead. Now, it's been pretty quiet, the markets, and there is a lot of talk around at the moment that Forex is not as exciting as it used to be. And to be honest, it probably isn't. So you're going to have to look for other sort of ways to trade. When I say that, I mean like, if you get a signal on the daily chart, drop down to the 1 hour chart and, either use an EA or just, if you've got the time, just go with trades in the direction of the daily trade on the lower time frames. Just try to get more bang for your buck. There is ways around it. It is very boring on the daily charts. I get that. But there'll always be moves. It's probably all due to just a very low interest rate environment. That's probably the main reason. Countries aren't exchanging currencies as much, or it's all everything's basically 0% or just 0.5%. So everything's pretty much the same. Anywho, let's have a look at the news ahead. This is the Forex Factory economic calendar. It's free. You can set it up to your local time zone, which for me is set up in Vietnam time. I live in Vietnam, so this is all in local Vietnam time. The only ones I'm really interested in is the red ones highlighted in red, high impact. These are all scheduled, so these are things that we know that are coming. There are news that comes out of left field that no one expects or you didn't see coming, so they're the ones you've got to be aware of. These ones you can work around. So this is for next week. I'll just make sure I've got the dates right. Yep. So Monday is for me, the market's open at 4 a.m. on Monday morning. So on Monday, not much until Governor Bailey from the Bank of England speaks. I'm not sure what if you want to know what this is about, just click on this little icon here, open detail, that tells you due to testify along with other monetary policy committee members. Boring. So just something to be aware of. It may move the pound. Tuesday, not much. On Wednesday, it's probably the biggest news of the week, which is really not saying much. No offence to my New Zealand friends. New Zealand official cash rates or interest rate news. So they're not expecting a change. 0.25%. That's all Kiwi related, so just be careful of Kiwi early on Wednesday morning. And the only other thing is on Thursday, prelim GDP out of the US. So that's it for the week. Very boring week, other than the Kiwi sort of interest rate news and anything else that's not on that list that comes out that's unexpected. So let's have a look at what we're going to do on the charts here so we know what we're looking at. Now, every week I go through the same thing. You have a look at this Word document here. You can pause the video, read this if you wish, or take a screenshot. I understand English is not everyone's first language, or you may have trouble understanding my Australian accent. I get that, no problems with that. But this explains all the different colors, all the different indicators on the charts. You'll see the very first chart you look at, I think it's the AUD CHF. It's just, you look at it and go, whoa, it's just a bit of a mess. But this explains what my indicators are, what the S1, S2, trend lines, what the different coloured lines are. As I said, pause this, read it. I'll bring it up the end, but normally I explain things as I go along. So there's a bit of a notes on the MACD Platinum, which is the bottom indicator. All right, let's get into the chart. So we go to Trading View. This is my watch list on the right. These are all the pairs I'm trading in alphabetical order. This is the daily time frame. If you're wondering what broker I use, this is just analysis. I trade on MT4 for the actual trading. The analysis is done on FXCM on Trading View, daily charts. This is my list, as I said. If it's highlighted in pink, means it's something I'm looking at, maybe going to do something on Monday. If there's no highlight, means no trade on. Highlighted in blue means there's trade or trades on. So it's a list in alphabetical order. Now, AUD Swiss franc. You'll see on every chart, you'll see some notes like this on the top right-hand corner. It could be just to the left somewhere. I'll tell you what the pair is, what the profit to date is, which is only on this pair since I've been trading it. This is all based on a 0.02 baseline, which is about 20 cents a pip. So you can work out how many pips that is. And if you see something like this, overall B/E, all that means overall break even. NA means not applicable. This negative, because it's a negative number, I'll explain in a minute. And that's what my overall position is, negative minus 0.02. So all these vertical lines, all these horizontal lines represent trades. Back in the early days, I was hedging every sequence. So if you go back here, S1, sequence 1, which is all these trades here, which is currently hedged, I was just hedging everything. These days, I don't hedge unless it's either a very good setup, which generally means hidden divergence, or there's something else I like prices an extreme, or the MACD's an extreme level. So generally now, most trades are taken traditionally with a stop in place. Unless it's got hidden divergence, then I will hedge it. I just like to show different ways of managing trades, and you'll see some that go well and some that don't go so well. It's high risk stuff, the hedging. So we've got the old sequence 1. If you're not into the hedging, just ignore this. So I've got a sequence 1, it's hedged. It's all these trades all across here. Lots of lines, as I said, the chart's very messy. Now, it's highlighted in pink. There's a reason for that. Sequence 2 was this trade, sell trade taken here. This is going back to when the trade was actually taken on the 1st of March, my birthday. So what are we in now? May. So it's been, I took a sell there. Stop in place was the original stop, is there. Price has gone against me, nearly touched the stop, but didn't, came down, bounced back up, ground down, come back up, ground down. Now it's grounding down nicely. All last week were bearish candles, finished with a bang on Friday. Now, there's my entry, this level, this red line here. MACD Platinum's below the 0 level. I'm thinking about getting out of this sequence 2 trade. It's or I should say close half, because it's a 0.02 trade. Close half and put a stop, say, above this high in here. It'll put me in a no-lose situation. So that's what I'm looking at on Monday. Sequence 3. Now, this was based on hidden bullish divergence, as you can see there. So if you look down here, sequence 3, this is the start of it. So it was a buy. The green lines of the bullish divergence. So there's your higher lows on price, lower lows on the MACD Platinum, which is a oscillator. So there's hidden bullish divergence. So I took a buy, hedge sell, second buy, second hedge sell, and the MACD Platinum still below the 0 level. There's the 0 level, that dotted line. Remember, with the MACD Platinum, I'm looking to buy when it's below the 0 level and looking to sell when it's above the 0 level. This thing always oscillates through the 0 level, as you can see there. Sometimes it can stay a long time on one side of it, but generally, in a perfect world, that's what you want. Buy, sell, buy, and we get stuck in here. So we're in a bit of a sequence. So sequence 3 is hedged at the moment. Sequence 1's hedged. Sequence 2's that sell. Let's give me that minus 0.02. I'll close half, put a stop in place there on Monday. I know it's messy. Just concentrate on the right side of the chart. Oz Yen, let's have a look at that. Now, this is a signal I declined to take on early in the week. You got this nice big sort of, what do you call it, resistance level up here. See prices come up, down, come back up into it, back sort of up to it, back into it. There was a sell signal in here. I declined to take it. The MACD Platinum was at the 0 level. Price was right on the MAs. The trend is up. And the other reason I declined to take it was, you'll see shortly, I did take a trade on the New Zealand Japanese yen, which basically correlates the Aussie yen. So it was just a better setup, and there was a reason I took it. You'll see shortly. So I declined to take that sell there. If you did take a sell, it'd be a higher risk trade. Just put a stop above this level, this red area here somewhere. But yeah, it's a valid one. That's the Aussie yen, no trade on. Aussie New Zealand, I'm in a few trades here, going nowhere fast. Another hedge sequence. Took a buy in here, went nowhere quickly. Got a hedge sell, took the hedge sell there, so I locked in a loss between this blue line and that red line, which wasn't much. Got a new buy signal in here, which is a bit messy because the MACD Platinum's at the 0 level. And it didn't have far to go to my break-even level, which is this yellow dash line. You can read all the notes there. I was a little bit late on entry because I get up 2 hours after the market, but that's all right. It's just, that happens sometimes. You know, technically, if I got up right there, I could have been in a few pips lower, but it was in here on that second buy trade. It popped up just close to it, but not enough. I really want to see some drive up. There's a nice little support level in here. The blue lines, this was just a resistance level here. I've just extended it through, and it's now become support in here. Now it's popped down again. Now it's becoming resistance again. You see price bang, 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 having trouble breaking through that level there again. But at the moment, we're just sitting tight. It's a pair I don't mind trading. It's a pretty slow mover, so we'll just wait and see. Aussie USD, like the Aussie Swiss, I'm in an old sequence way back there somewhere. So we'll look at sequence 2. Sequence 1 is at the negative side, so we're minus 0.26. So this sequence way back there, this solid yellow line is a little bit hard to see because it overlaps the green line. The solid yellow line is my overall break even for all trades. So what we've got here, this green dashed line, I'd use these green dashed lines just for areas of importance. Aussie likes these big numbers. So this is the 80-cent level, that's the 75-cent level, and that's the 70-cent level. You'll see if you go back through history, you'll see price bounces around in these areas. So my last sequence was sequence 2. You can read it here. Nil stop, is yet high risk trading into the MAs, nice resistance level and price, and hidden bearish divergence. So where was it? Sells in here. So we've got lower lows, or it's more of a double top, but it's lower highs, on the price, and higher highs here on the MACD Platinum. So that was the initial trade. So the sell, then a hedge buy here, MACD Platinum still above the 0 level, then a second sell for sequence 2. It's gone against me. I thought, yeah, we're going well on, I think that was Wednesday, Thursday bullish candle, Friday another bearish candle. Break even for sequence 2 is this yellow line in here. It's a bit hard to see, so it's just got to push down a bit, and we'll clear the sequence 2. You can see I make other notes here. Sequence 2, second sell trade, okay, high risk, standalone trade. You can see the stops there, the notes there with regards to that second sell trade. It can be a standalone. CAD Swiss. Just go back to the Aussie. It's a pair I don't mind trading. It's good profit, $2,000 plus there, so it's not too bad. CAD Swiss, let's have a look here in 2 trades. Sequence 1's this buy, stop and place there now. I've already closed half. You can read the notes there. Sequence 2 is this sell here. There's no problems if you can. I know some of our US friends can't do it, but for me, I'm quite happy to have a buy and a sell trade on the same pair at the same time. It can give you some hedging advantages. And people go, why don't you just close the buy? I go, well, what if it pops up and keeps on going, So it's just my choice. I choose these are completely separate sequences, completely independent trades. So I've got a buy and a sell, stop and place for the buy only, no stop and place for the sell, because the sell was actually based on hidden bearish divergence. So you can see that here, lower highs on price, and higher high on the MACD Platinum. A little bit tricky to see on the MACD Platinum because it looks like that's not an obvious high, but when you look at where price went up there, and that was the high. Keep in mind that generally the red dots signify the highs, green dots signify the lows. So there's your red dot there, so there's your sort of high in there, and there's definitely the high there. Now we're looking after the fact, so I don't see any of this when I take the trade. I'm just seeing up to that red dot there. So I've got to sell. We come close to getting stopped out on my buy trade. The worst thing that could happen is price could pop down, take my buy stop out, and pop up to the upside and go up at the moment. And generally I'll draw some of these trend lines in. It's good, like now there's good resistance level up here. This yellow dash line is my overall break even for both trades. You can see if it's minus 0.01. As long as price remains below that yellow line with it being a negative number, I'm in profit in both trades. So that's just all that lets me know. That's the CAD Swiss. It's not a pair I don't mind trading. It's given me some grief in the past. If you've watched any of my videos, you know about it. CAD Yen. What are we doing here? Very similar. Two trades on, two completely independent trades. CAD Swiss and CAD Yen tend to move pretty similar. So we've got to buy here, stop and place there. We've got to sell here, and this has got a stop and place. It was based on regular bearish divergence. So you can see higher highs on price. Price is going up. MACD's not following it. It's lower. So there's a stop and place. It's a high risk trade, trading into the trend. Ideally, I'm looking for one of two things, either to bring price down to the MAs or the MACD Platinum to go through the zero level. So there's two trades there. Overall break even 93,540, which is the way up above the fold here. Can't see it. It's a negative number, so as long as price remains below it, we're in profit both trades. That's a CAD Yen. Euro Aussie, very similar to Aussie USD and Aussie Swiss. Old sequence from way back. Generally, the Aussie USD goes one way and the Euro Aussie goes the other way. They're inversely correlated, so they look very similar. Let's have a look. Where are we at? So we've got sequence one's hedge, which was way back there. Made some good profit, $1,500. Hedged overall everywhere. Sequence two. So I started with a sell. It was based on hidden bearish divergence, no stop. Hedge buy, second sell, second hedge buy, and it went down, and even though it went through the zero level, we didn't get to my break even. It's popped to the. So at the moment, I've got a. Yeah, I didn't get another sell signal to get. I was hoping there's going to be a sell signal in here somewhere. It would have got me to my break even. Didn't happen. Now we're still in buy mode, so the hedge is still on, and now the MACD Platinum's back above the zero level. So I'm looking for a sell anyway to break the hedge. So yeah, I'm not sure why there wasn't a sell signal in here. Everything must have been close. The QQE advance, which is the other indicator, it's not on the chart, obviously didn't cross, which gives me with a combination with the MACD Platinum dot and the QQE advance gives me these green and red QMP filter dots. So we didn't get a sell. Bad luck. Price has gone up. It's broke this previous high, so I can probably extend that a bit. Just keep an eye on it. Now I'm looking for a sell. Again, I'll start drawing my trend lines in for potential regular bearish divergence at the moment. Now, if this keeps on going up, and it goes like that, it's no longer valid. I just delete those trend lines. But I just draw them in every day, just adjust them so I know where we're at. At the moment, fully hedged, can't lose anything other than the overnight swap. Big number on this is the 1.6 level there, that green dash line. Euro CAD. In two trades here, there's a sell up here, stop and place, and we took a buy, and it's got a stop and place down here. It was a high risk trade, that second one. It was regular bullish divergence. So you see lower lows on price, higher lows on the MACD Platinum, just your traditional regular divergence, whereas this one here was hidden bearish divergence on the sell. So we're not doing too well on the buy. Sell's looking good. And this is the overall break even. This one's positive, 0.01. So as long as price remains above that yellow dash line, I'm in profit both trades, which is good. Euro pound in a sell trade here. this was a sequence of trades. So what I did, this grey vertical line, I took a sell there. Then it went against me, and in the meantime, I drew this trend line across the lows. It popped down through the trend line. I took a second sell trade, and it went down nicely. I closed out. What did I close there? Closed 4, closed up. So I basically closed everything now except for 0.01. Got a stop in place there, making some half decent profit. So that sells good. I can't lose on that. In the meantime, setting up for a potential buy here. The grey lines, in this case, is a warning line. There's a green dot on the MACD pattern below the 0 level. So it just puts me in buy mode. That's all. Euro yen, what do we got here? We have a buy here. I did take a sell somewhere. I think it was in here. Hang on a sec. First sell 5th of May. So it's the 5th of May. Yeah, I took a sell there. Took a loss of $34. I just like to make a note of that. In the meantime, price has gone up, gone up, gone up. It's good. I keep on drawing my trend lines in. That one's probably not extended as far as it should be. For some reason, TradingView doesn't save everything. So where are we going? About there. Yeah, it's still in divergence mode. Grey vertical line, potential sells. MACD platinum's above the 0 level, red dot and MACD platinum. Jam my stop up really tight on my buy. And what I'm looking for now is a potential sell. It's not happening on Monday, but I've drawn this new trend line across the lows here and looking for a break of that also. That'll give me. I'll take another sell here based on this divergence, and I'll put a stop in place, try to recover a bit of this loss here. I'm obviously going to recover a bit of that loss from the buy, but I like to do the sell thing too. So it'd be a high risk trade. Look at the trend. The MA's 50, 100, and 240. They're all slowly spreading, slowly heading up. If you were trading this, you'd just be looking for the pullbacks. So maybe not this one because price didn't come back to the MA's, but this one here is a good pullback. If you didn't take that one, you could probably hedge that one for sure and go again. Not a valid one. This one here, valid. Prices come back. Get in there, put your stop there. You're still in another buy here, which is one I took. So that's what you want, just the pullback. Euro New Zealand, no trades on. This is a pair that just went sideways for a long time. I've drawn these trend lines, popped through the trend line. I'm the nard about it, but the MACD was already at the 0 level. We're in the MAs. I didn't take it. Drawn this, it's just a lot of lines, not much happening though. I'm just waiting for it to break out and give them the clear signals. Euro USD. I'm going to sell here. Probably get rid of this. Boy, TradingViews, give me. Right, so we took a sell here based on hidden bearish divergence. That was the original trade. Then took a hedge buy. And so we're locking in a loss at the moment, going nowhere fast. Now I'm looking for another sell. In the meantime, drawing these trend lines. Look, you can see prices going up. Price is going up nicely. So we had hidden divergence initially. Now it looks like we're going to have regular divergence. Prices kept on grinding up. MACD's not following it at all. So it's obvious divergence there. We had a bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle. So there's indecision there. So I'm looking for a sell to release this hedge and come back to the downside, and it'll be based on the possibly regular bearish divergence. And if you weren't in these two trades already, you would take that trade and you would put a stop in place above the highs. Pound Aussie. Let's have a look here in a buy trade back here, going along nicely. Closed out half, stop in place. Yeah. This looks like it's breaking this previous high, possibly. We have got a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level. That's why I've tightened that right up. So it's all good. Pound Swiss, probably one I've messed up here a few times. Now, let me show you. Initial buy trade, sequence 1 was taken here based on hidden bullish divergence. So I didn't have a stop. Hedge sell. Second buy. Now, the second buy has popped up into my break-even level a couple of times here, but the MACD platinum is still below the 0 level, so I ignored it. It's come back down, and popped back up again. I thought, now we're above the zero level. I thought, here we go, I'll get out of this. But then I thought it's going to have some. Now we've got a bit of regular bullish divergence, and I thought, here we go, we're going to pop back. I'm not going to get out of this at break even. I'm going to wait and see if this pushes through. Now it's just rolled over. Got a red dot on the MACD platinum above the zero level, and my break even is still there, and it's on Friday closed way below. So probably my greed or my thinking bias, I guess you can call it, it's probably got me in the poo there a bit. So yeah, I might suffer this a bit. But you know what I can do now is look at all right, let's have a think what we can do when it presents. At the moment we've got no sell trade on. Let's have a look where there's a high there on the MACD platinum. So straight away we're seeing, I probably should have drawn this already, I just noticed it then. So there's potential set up for a hidden bearish divergence. So what we'll do is we could, if we get a sell signal on Tuesday or Wednesday, if this thing keeps on going down, we could take a new sell, so a sequence 2 sell and hedge sequence 1. So that's what we'll do there. That'd be a plan. So we'll just save that. Make sure it's the same. That's the pound Swiss, pound yen. Nothing doing. Still kicking myself for getting out of this buy trade way too early. But at the moment, it's really not much happening here. It looks like it's rolling over in the sell mode, but look at the MAs going up like the euro yen. Pound New Zealand. Now this is a pair that does give me a little bit of grief. Not too bad. It's going nicely at the moment. But one thing I want to point out, it's a pair I've made plenty of profit on. So $10,400 roughly. I'm stuck in a couple of old sequences, sequence 1, sequence 2, which are positive, plus 0.26, 0.26. A lot of trades on, a lot of trades. If you go back in time, you'll see all these trades. So there's a lot of trades. So it gives me a bit of creativity with regards to trade management. I try to keep on adding to this profit. I might get to the stage where I've got like $8,000 in losses. I can just close all the trades and be happy with $2,000 overall in profit. But I just want to keep on trying and work my way out of it. So let's have a look at sequence 3. Now this is a bit of a tricky one. The original buy was here, on here. So the original buy trade on sequence 3 was on this blue vertical line here. I took the buy in there, somewhere up here in here. Now, price went against me. So I drew this trend line across the highs here. Now, it broke the high in here. I took a second buy trade. So you can read all these notes here. Second buy trade, trend line break. This buy signal still valid, nice support level, which was down here. Then I closed. It popped up nicely up here somewhere, and I've closed the original buy and 0.04 my second buy, and put a stop in place, which you can just see the red dotted line above my entry level, so I can't lose on that sequence 3 trades. Now, it's highlighted in pink for a reason. We've got a new red dot on the MACD platinum above the zero level on Monday, and so we're setting up for possible divergence, which would be hidden bearish divergence. It's not confirmed yet, but it's possibly setting up. So what I'm going to do on Monday is close another 0.01 of this buy trade, and I will probably leave my stop where it is for the moment. I don't think there's really anywhere to bring it up. I'll just go, hang on, I'll bring up the 4-hour chart. There's my stop. You know, I could bring it up really tight up to here, but I might as well just leave it there, take some profit. That's a pound New Zealand, Monday, sequence 3, I'll close another 0.01. Stops in place, can't lose any more on that, so that's all right. Pound USD in a old sequence there, I probably dropped the ball a bit. It was based on hidden divergence, and it just got away from me, and now I'm stuck in it. Good thing is, made plenty on the pound USD, 9,300. At the moment, I'm overall hedged, so sequence 1's the only sequence I've got. This is this whole sequence here. You can read all the trades there. Overall break even, I don't know why. Well, I've got an overall break even on my hedge. I'll get rid of that. So it's hedged at the moment. Let's have a look where we're at. This is the previous high. Prices come up, and it's sort of looks like it's struggling to break this previous high. Now, it's not an exact price, it's a zone, so it goes anywhere between sort of here, so I would say from in there to about there somewhere. So I just keep it simple. It's a line, it's a zone, it's an area, it's white and blue. Like the euro, this thing's had bull, bear, it's a bit of indecision. We're looking for it to come down. MACD platinum's above the zero level, so what I could possibly do, depends where we're at with this last buy trade. I could just leave that buy trade there and just go with another sell and try and come down. I did take a sell, where did I say? First sell 23rd of April, which is in here. Did take a sell in here and it lost $50. So another sell. It's against the trend. It's a high risk one. I'd take it anyway just to break this hedge, but I'm not. I may take it if I've got a sell and it didn't go any higher price. Then I'd consider this a double top. I'd take a new sequence 2 sell trade, stop and place above that high somewhere. So it's a pound USD. New Zealand CAD in a sell trade up here, which is good. Just already closed half, moved my stop a couple of times, and as you can see by my notes. Pair I don't mind trading. It's a slow mover. It grinds pretty well. Again, drawn trend lines, getting ready for potential hidden bullish divergence. Hidden regular divergence. Lower lows on price and higher lows on the oscillator MACD platinum. Potential. New Zealand yen. Bang. What we got? One sell trade. All right. Remember I said the Aussie yen, I declined to take the sell trade. I took the sell trade on this one because they're correlated. They move pretty much the same. We had this same as the Aussie yen. We got this sort of resistance level up top here. This trend line I drew this trend line across the lows. I'd already taken a loss. I should have left my line. So 5th of May, where's the 5th of May? That one there. So I should draw a warning line, 5th of May. So I took a sell in here. It just got stopped out. It just tipped my stop. I stopped by one of those ones, a few pips. Then it bounced up and probably would have taken my stop out again. But I took another sell on this trend line break. The sell signal's still valid, so the sell, there's no green dots. Drew the trend line, break the trend line, took a second sell based on this nice resistance level up here, and there was a little bit of divergence there. I don't know what's happening. I'm sick of losing these lines. So technically there's a little bit of, you see MACD's going down and price is going up. It's a tight one, as I call it, tight divergence. So combination, resistance, a little bit of divergence, trend line break, high risk though into the MAs. But we're in between these big numbers too, which is 80 and 75, and I want to try and recover a bit of a loss. And we're already through the zero level on the MACD, so just keep a close eye on it. That's New Zealand yen. New Zealand USD, like the Aussie USD, I'm in old trades from way back. I've got a couple extras, sequence 2, sequence 3. Let's have a look. Sequence 1's an old sequence, currently minus. This solid yellow line's my overall break even for all trades. Big numbers, the New Zealand 75, this will be 70, and there should be a 65 or something in there somewhere. It's probably hidden or I haven't drawn in. Let's have a look what we're trying to do here. So sequence 2, I still can't get out of sequence 2, I don't know why. That's a break even for sequence 2 there. Made some good money on it, $3,000 now, just under $3,000 profit. So sequence 3 is probably the one we're probably more interested in. Took a sell here. Didn't go in my favour, went against me, and I think this trend line was actually, initially in there. I've redrawn my trend line. So it went against me, the sell signal remained valid, drew this trend line across the lows here, popped down here, took a second sell, and now break even, we're just through the break even. I'll go down to a different time frame so you can see. So I'll just drop down on an hour chart. So we're just below the break even. There's the break even, that yellow dashed line in there. So that was a good bearish candle on Friday. So we'll just watch it on Monday. That's why it's highlighted in pink. I'm watching on Monday, possibly close out maybe the original sell or close out the second sell or put a stop in place. I don't know. But I'm hoping this will push through a bit on Monday and continue down lower. Just see how it goes. So what about sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence... Trading View is doing my head in. I don't know what, the information in this panel keeps on disappearing, or this is just a repeat of what that is, and it should be completely different. So sorry about that. This is the second time I've changed these notes. Yeah, I don't know what happens. I'll fix that up. Sequence 3 should be the sell, then a trend line thing. I'll go to my screenshots and I'll redo it, but I keep on hitting this save button and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not using any other profiles anywhere. Yeah, who knows. All right, USD, Swiss franc. This video is dragging on a bit, so I better get on it. This is my problem pair. It is my problem pair, no doubt about it. It's given me good profit, $13,000, which is a good thing. But the problem is I've got these 3 old sequences and I'm positive, plus 0.26, 0.26 and 0.26 on all 3. Last trade was this buy and it's gone against me. Prices are heading down, MACD's heading up, divergence. Sequence 4. So I did buy sequence 4. Buy there. Again, I've lost all my notes here. I'm going to have to fix this up again. So sequence 4 is a buy followed by a hedge sell, second buy, and I've lost the notes there, so I'll tidy it up. Again, apologies. And we're going back down again. So if we get a sell signal here, which doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon, we would then hedge sequence 4 again, and I'd look at hedging these other 3 sequences. Trend line's been drawn across the highs here. I'll get a break to the trend line. I might consider adding to these sequences or adding to this sequence here. I've got to tidy this up. This is doing my head in. It just seems to be the last few pairs too. I don't know why. Right, USD, Japanese yen. Another one I'm stuck in a bit of a sequence. Initial buy here based on hidden bullish divergence. You can see it clearly there. Then it went up slowly. MACD platinum didn't get through the 0 level. My concern would always be that this low was taken out, so it's suggesting that the price might be turning to the downside. So we've gone up, then we've got the hedge sell, and a second buy, and a second hedge sell. So we're hedged at the moment, going nowhere. It's a slow moving pair, this one. So now looking for a buy. The MACD platinum did go back through the 0 level, now below the 0 level, and hopefully it'll pop up to the upside. So that's it for all the pairs. I'll bring up that Word document again in case you're confused with all the different lines, colours, etc. So you can have another read of that. As I said, pause the video, take a screenshot, etc. And like I said at the beginning of the video, everyone's more than welcome to join the groups, the Facebook or the Telegram channels. Hit the like button on the video if you like it. Hit the subscribe button. And all the trades are called live at the time, including any trade management and shared on the shared spreadsheet, etc. And always happy to answer questions. Enjoy the weekend all. Stay safe wherever you are. And I will chat to you guys another day. Cheers.